Hello, Internet. I am HamsterBomb.
And I am Zach.
Still, regardless of what you may have wished, you were clicking on this hoping for, I don't know, Where's Waldo? The Waldo guy from Where's Waldo, specifically the one who you can't find, and Zach being a mushroom. Just a large mushroom. Not like Toad, just a mushroom. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to be the Nega version of Waldo, the guy who's in yellow and black. Yeah.
Specifically because you're not sitting here today and I can't see you.
That's right.
Today we will be playing the Contra, apparently Trilogy on NES. I didn't realize that there was more than just Contra and Super C. Honestly, before we sat down to play literally every NES game, I would have told you those are the only Contra games on the system, but apparently there's another one called Contra Force. And before I get to it, really quick, because we will try to play all three today, we're at least going to complete Contra. But,
yeah.
While fixing some stuff, had some technical problems, because I always do. I booted and was messing around with Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, the fan-patched version of the game. Just so that we could dabble it real quick while starting this up. And wow, it is actually really good. It wasn't just the dialogue, the fonts, the menus that they changed, which of course they all did, and it's all updated, and it's all nice. And like, it's very clear of what's going on. But also, there's no more "what a horrible night to have a curse." It will actually like seamlessly change color organically while you're playing gameplay into night and day. It's cool.
It really is. Yeah, and monsters actually change in real time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Which is really nice.
So, anyway, Contra is a two-player game, but Zach and I both seem to have decided on our own that doing this two-player with Rewind is going to be a nightmare. So we decided that I'm going to go in solo. Zach's just going to watch from the comfort of his own home and watch me suffer while we attempt Contra. Now, you can't play Contra unless you do the Konami code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. Every time. Mm-hmm. Because,
absolutely.
This game is freaking hard. So you can kind of see it doing its idle attract mode right now in two-player. And I want to point out something while we're seeing some two-player right now. Why this is so hard. You see that the player in the front is actually pulling the player behind, or he can't run further until the other player catches up. And that kind of stuff's going to be everywhere in the game. There's some jumps where you both have to jump at the same time, because you're not going to be able to scroll the screen far enough. Like, the guy in the front who jumps first is going to fall in a hole, because the screen won't keep going for him. Oh, it's rough. This is also really sweet. We're going to see a lot of this. Contra likes to switch perspectives. It's not always a run and gun from left to right kind of thing. Sometimes you're, well, for one, you're climbing like Super Mario Bros. 2. But also, there are these third-person sections. Really awesome. It's going to be a little tough to identify when someone's aiming at us and when they're not, but still. We're gonna...
Yeah, just always assume you're being shot at.
Right, yeah. So this is a one-man army kind of game. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. And now you can see rest is 30 instead of 3. You can believe it or not, you start with 3 freaking lives in this game. But anyway.
Yep.
On we go. Luckily, pretty much everything dies in one shot.
Yes, sir.
And so do you. As do you. Yeah, you are no stronger than the enemies. And I always fall for that. Always fall for that.
It's very easy to do.
Mm-hmm. So the best thing to do is, since there's like no bullet limit on screen, which is a really cool part of this game. Yeah, right there. See, I already goofed.
Yeah, the fact that like the NES was able to, or that Konami was able to get over the limitations of like bullet limits and stuff with this game is actually really cool.
All right, we got a fire gun. Once we get the spread gun, we're likely gonna stick with that for as long as we possibly can.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so doing this with only 3 lives, it's madness, man. I have done it, not beaten the game, but I've obviously played it like that. I didn't know about the Konami code. And we're going to be seeing a lot of rewind, because I'm telling you, one shot, that's game. Okay?
Yep,
yeah,
that's the terrible part.
Yeah, terrible part. Really, the idea is, like, you just want to keep going. Run, run, run. You're safer if there's less stuff on screen.
I think that the thing down there is your,
the spread.
Yes.
Right? Oh, no, please. Ah! Maybe there's a safe way for me to, like, not scroll the screen.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, just... Yeah.
Yep,
there
you're right.
Go.
That's the spread. And...
Yep.
This is how you win. So as I was just saying, you need lots of bullets on screen at once in order to survive. We do not want the laser.
Nope.
Oops. So,
nope.
The power-ups are just, labeled. Unfortunately, there's no way to shoot diagonally.
No, that won't be until, like, Contra 3.
Well, yeah, they don't... Think of the NES controller. There's just not enough that you can do with that. You know, it's just the D-pad. Oh,
yeah,
man,
like, you can shoot diagonal. Oh.
Yeah, you can, but you gotta be running.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. With Contra 3, like, you have the shoulder buttons to where you can actually, like, aim up and down a little bit.
Alright, we gotta get rid of that turret first, and I already screwed this up. And you can see this... Oh my god, this game can be an absolute abomination. You gotta kill this first. Like, yeah, it's a lot of trial and error and learning about what you gotta do.
Yep. Yep, just take it out from the top down. There you go.
So, if I can, quickly, while we're murderizing this thing...
Yes.
Just share my recent NES experience. Because I am mortified.
Oh, God,
mortified.
Yeah, no, this broke my heart when you told me last night, yeah.
Oh, God. So, boom, 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 boom. Just last night, I tried booting up my copy of The Legend of Zelda, and, oh, and you get a new rest every time you beat a stage. So, what the... Oh, did I get shocked just from touching up?
Yeah, no, you can't touch up yet. It's just down, left, and right.
Oh my god, is there a safe place to stand? Yes, there is. It's... Oh my god!
Yep. Now, you'll want to, like, hold down in order to, like, duck all the incoming fire. Yeah. Yeah, so you can just do that and just wait for your opportunity to... Yeah.
Damn. So,
But yeah, you booted up Zelda.
I booted up my copy of Zelda, which, for the record, I have beaten the original Legend of Zelda, a couple times on NES. Not on original hardware, though. This recently was my first time getting a chance to do that. And I did. I beat Ganon, got onto the second quest, which I have never played at all. Normally, I just kind of gave up by that point. I was like, it's gonna get really hard. It's okay. But this time, I was like, no, I want to do it. I want to do it. And, I did quite a bit. And, it was... Well, not this night, but the night previous.
Yes.
I, finished doing a ton of stuff in the game. Getting Link really ready. Yeah, now we gotta jump. It was coming soon. You all knew it was gonna happen. But anyway, I did, let me see. I got Link, I bought the blue candle so that I could get all of the It's a Secret to Everybody spots, which are all different. Everything's different in the second quest. It's a genius run. I'm happy that I finally got a chance to play it. And I got all over. I got him the blue ring, which is in a despicable new location.
From what I remember, yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's in the hardest to find area in the game. Ah! If I'm really tenacious, maybe we'll do a second quest of Zelda, but we'll really just be pushing it off at that point, like just not playing another game. Because it's likely going to take us the entire day just to beat Legend of Zelda the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so. Let's take all this out first. Whoa! You can't stand there.
Yeah, no, the patterns in this fight are actually not terrible, but yeah, it's like, oof.
Luckily that wasn't
So tell them what happened.
Yeah, I'm still not at the part yet. So anyway, I did a ton of grinding in order to get Link everything that he needs to go. I had the white sword. I had, the white tunic. I had, Like I said, the candle, I already had the arrow, even though the bow comes later. You need the meat to get past the grumble guy as soon as the 3rd dungeon.
Yes.
So I had already done that. I already had the power bracelet, and then the what is it? The letter and a red potion.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I was souped up, ready to go. I don't remember if you can screen wrap. Looks like no. Just waiting for that L to go away. We don't want to touch it on accident. Whoa.
I don't think it does. It stays there until you go away. Yeah.
Woo! That was close. All right. Well, we didn't touch it. Anyway, I see you there. I just can't seem to shoot you for some reason.
No, that's asking too much.
It's a turret. Yeah. So I'm putting this off because I don't even want to talk about it because it's horrible. But at the same time, I need people to understand. I need, God, I need an NES support group. Yeah. So as you can imagine, I fire up this 40-year-old video game, and it decides I don't have a save file. Like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Where is my save file? Oh no. So, it's completely gone. And just so that you get an understanding of how much I lost here. Because yes, doing a run of the second quest is already difficult, but like to get to it, you must clear the game the first time. You don't clear it. Now, do you get like an extra spread? I don't remember if you can like double up a weapon. No. You wanted to save it for player 2. That's what you were. Okay. Yeah. I remember because there were reasons why you wanted to save it. Woo! Remember? Oh no. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah. As soon as I step there, I spawn him, and he's gonna get me. Okay, good. Oh my god. This isn't even just like memorization. Sometimes it's just a lot of luck.
A lot of luck and really quick reflexes.
Mm-hmm. Alright, good. That's it for that.
Yeah, but so, in order to get to the second quest.
And to get to the second quest in Legend of Zelda, you have to clear the game for the first time.
Yep.
And then it will just automatically like change Link's icon on the main menu to Link holding a sword up instead of Link just kind of standing there. And that's how you know you're on second quest, aside from the fact that everything's very different. All the locations are different. The dungeons are completely new and really interesting. And I gotta say, in the 4th dungeon, it has one of my favorite old man screens. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. This is an iconic boss.
Yeah, it is. You know the old man in Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
Who gives you tips and stuff like that, you know. Sometimes he'll get mad that you broke down his door. That kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, he has this, if you could just look up Legend of Zelda Second Quest, so you can get the words correct here. Legend of Zelda Second Quest Dungeon 4 map. It's the letter D, is this one, because in the second quest it spells out the words Zelda and something else for the rest of them, I don't remember. But anyway, basically he says, leave your money or your life.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
And you have to either give up a heart container, a whole honkin' heart container, or 50 rupees if you happen to have that many at the time. So yeah, that's despicable. Yeah. It's mean, man, but like having a map and like knowing what you're doing and where you're going, it changes the whole game, and especially on real hardware. It's a blast. It was so good. I was loving it. Mm-hmm. But alas, I did not get to play Dungeon 4 because I was trying to grind up better gear because freaking Gleeok was so hard to kill. Just with the wooden sword, I was like, no, I'm gonna grind, but like I can't really grind to get much. I'm gonna grind to get, okay, I know, I'm gonna get the blue candle because with the blue candle you can open up all the, it's a secret to everybody, you know, rooms to get a bunch of more money, so it kind of pays for itself. Am I hitting it? Yeah, I am. All right, boom.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
Yeah, you were trying to do everything else before dealing with that, yeah. And I don't blame you in the slightest.
Yeah, because I fought Gleok with wooden sword, and I was like, all right, I gotta stop. This is nuts. Oh shoot, we just got the railgun. We don't want that.
Nope. Now you got to avoid that while avoiding everything else. This game's mean. This game is really mean.
It is really mean. It's a good rewind game though, because like I can just casually talk about it while we're trying to get this jump correct. There we go. Right, good.
Would it surprise you to learn that I actually have beaten this game?
Yeah, because you haven't beaten freaking any NES games. It seems like.
Not really.
Well, have you beaten Second Quest?
No, not for Zelda. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I was there, man. It was awesome. It was so good.
I know.
I was surprised how much fun it was. It's like a good challenge because Zelda, once you know the dungeons and you know the items and how everything works, you know the first map. It's good, but the second one it's like the extra challenge of like knowing that you know how everything works. It does some despicable stuff. Like it gives you the book in like the third or fourth dungeon, but you're not gonna get the magic rod for a long time, so it's pointless.
And I always skip getting the magic book because I love using the rod by itself.
Oh,
I hated using the.
Why? The book's just better.
Because I like just having a free projectile that doesn't automatically turn into fireball.
Well, you can still shoot it multiple times, and the reason it goes fireball is because it's replacing the candle. Also, it does tremendous damage to things like likes or anything you want to stop in its tracks. But no, well, it's the Bible, really. It was called the Bible, and they changed it. Here's the Terminator, or not the Terminator, the Optimus Prime heads.
Oh, yeah.
With their
like
homing
I always
attacks.
just used it. But I always just used it for, just as a free alternative to the bow for the longest time.
Yeah, the magic wand, well, the thing is, it still shoots the same way. You get as many shots as you did previously. In fact, it's a lot stronger because after it shoots, it can sit there and keep dealing burn damage. It's nuts.
But it sounds like the battery finally just gave up the ghost in your Zelda.
Yeah, either the battery did, or thank you for reminding me of the issue at hand, because I was actually reading that apparently NES battery games had a specific rule to them in the manual that I didn't know about. So apparently, when you are... I'm going to pause this so I can make sure I demonstrate this correctly, in case there's some people out there playing on an actual NES who want to play something like Contra. Well, granted, that's not going to matter if it turns off, whatever, but anything with a save battery in it. Apparently, when you're saving on an NES, with anything, you need to hold the reset button after the save has happened, and then press power, wait for the game to turn off, and then release reset.
Yeah.
It has something to do with how memory is stored in the system, and how it can easily corrupt your data if it is just shut off, even if it's not currently writing the data. Because anymore, you would expect, oh, my game it said it's saved, it's done. Nope.
Yeah, normally.
Not on NES. This is the first home saving video game console, I believe, so don't expect that.
I don't know of any Intellivision or Atari game that did it before that, no.
No, this is primitive as heck. We just accidentally got the machine gun. Forget that nonsense.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna miss like crazy, which is why spread's so important. Among other reasons.
But yeah, like you said, it either has something to do with the memory or something else I heard where it's just like, it's a means to try to protect itself against like extra like electric interference or something like that. I don't know.
I don't remember, but what? Yeah, I'm down with soldering a new battery in this thing. That's not my issue. The problem is my save is still gone. Even if I put in a new battery, it's just another battery that will itself inevitably go. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Little screen wipe there. We haven't
yeah,
really mentioned anything
fact...
about Contra much, you know? We're just, it really is just like the...
We're just blazing through the game, yeah.
It's a famous run and gun. Alright, here we go. I forget how you fight this guy. I mean, you could just shoot it, but...
I don't think you have to jump behind this one.
No, I mean, he's turning red.
There we go.
Now, it's not a boss, it was just an enemy. They trick you.
Yeah.
There's more to it.
But no, yeah, because no matter what, yeah, your save is just gone, and if you want to get back to that point again, regardless,
I'm gonna have to beat the entirety of the base game. Yeah, I gotta beat the first game again. Yeah. I mean, it's either that, or there technically is a way around it.
Maybe.
Whoa, yeah, you can get right up on him, because you only have 2 shots on screen at once, so just like in Metroid 1, if you minimize that distance, you can spam your fire. Which is why getting long beam is not recommended in Metroid 1, by the way. Whoa.
Right, I always did just for the security, but yeah, no, that's not the way you want to go.
No, it's not safe. That's the thing. You think it's safe. Like, at first I did the same thing. I always got it. I was like, oh my god, this little pea shooter's terrible. I want to be able to shoot farther than this. Why is he standing up on accident sometimes? To be able to rewind, I have to use the Super Nintendo controller, and maybe it's just me, but I think the D-pad was a little bit better on the NES, a little sharper. Super Nintendo, I always kind of slip a little bit in games like this. It's because it wanted you to use diagonals, you know?
Yeah. By the way, hey, Profetcha, hope you're doing good. He tuned into Nega Waldo.
Nega Waldo.
Yeah. Is it bad that all this talk about Zelda's going over my head while all these satisfying 8-bit explosions are happening? No, this was a spectacle on the NES.
Oh yeah, it totally was. And like the thing about Zelda at the time, to go back into like explaining what the deal was, Zelda, nowadays no one really seems to remember this, but it was known as the very first video game that could save your progress at home. And maybe even just in general. I don't even know if like any like arcade game would have ever done anything like that. So nobody really was trying to do such a thing. There might have been some PC stuff, like RPGs. There were a bunch of RPGs at the time. Like Ultima might have saved. I don't know, Wizardry. But
Wizardry only saved your characters. It didn't like save your progress in the dungeon. So every time you went back to town or you booted the game back up, you had to get your characters, and then you'd. Oh god,
the fire!
I freaking hate this place. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get bad.
Coming back to me. Yep.
It does that when you get close to it too. So there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah. So you just have to kind of like trip it, or just do what you're doing and just. There we go.
Well, the guy spawned and messed me up. Oh my god, this is hell. Imagine this with 2 players, too. This is actually the level that I was scared of when we were talking about doing this.
We made the right choice. Yeah, we made the right choice.
And go. Oh, that was close.
But yeah, so Wizardry would just save your characters. You would have, every time you would start the game back up, you'd have to go back to town, get your party back together, and then just make your way back to where you were in the dungeon.
I remember, this is the part where, no rewind, this is where I gave up, by the way, playing Contra back in the day.
Oh, absolutely.
I get it. Oof, is rough. But yeah, so since there is a physical, there's a physical battery inside of the thing. Oh my god, there's one down there too!
You gotta time this.
Oh yeah, you can jump over it. This is despicable. Despicable!
Oh, Konami.
Go under me!
Oh, what was I gonna say? But yeah, they're probably... Yeah, because, like, we had... Well, no, even a lot of RPGs on PC, because, you know, space was at a premium, and a lot of PCs back in the day didn't even have a hard drive to save to.
Right.
So you either had to use a password, or you had to create, like, a user disk to, like, save anything. And even then, it wasn't a guarantee that you would save your direct space where you were. You would have probably had to go back to, you know, wherever you were before.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Zelda really probably was the first game to really do that. Yeah.
Yeah, period. I'm pretty sure, like, replacing the battery isn't going to be that big of a deal. I've already found the exact type of battery it was online. It has to be one with soldering points. I've got a soldering gun in order to... Whoa!
Yep, here's the boss. Have fun. This one you can actually jump over, fortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get it.
Uh-huh.
You can.
Ooh!
That's how you... There you go.
Good lord! This man's a nightmare!
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on. I was... just focusing so hard.
Yeah, go for it.
Because from here on, the bosses in this game is just gonna, like... If you couldn't tell from the fire traps, it's gonna start getting real freaking mean. He's changing color. Boom! Boom! Boom!
There you go.
So, yeah, I just need to open up the thing, clean it out, and put in a new battery pack for it. And I think that they are the same battery packs that go into Game Boy games as well, so I might be able to just upgrade my old Pokemon one and make sure that it's gonna function as well. But, like,
I believe so.
Just taking it out kills all your save data, because what's happening is it's not actually saving anything. It's slowly using that battery power to, like, keep a part of the machine, like, kind of ticking, so that it always remembers your save.
Yeah,
so in a way, like, it never turns off, which is their only solution at the time, instead of actually writing data.
Yeah, it's volatile data, so, like, as soon as that battery is dead, it's gone.
Woo! Yeah, there was no solution there. That was just certain death.
Versus stuff like, you know, the old PlayStation memory cards where it's non-volatile, or, like, USB or SSDs, you know, that's all non-volatile. It doesn't need a power source in order to be able to maintain the data inside. Which again at the time, like, it made sense because, you know, batteries of course made it more expensive, but to have something like that in a cartridge would have made it even more expensive, and I don't think that even really existed back then. So I mean,
yeah, I don't think so. That's all we had. I am sad because of that.
Yes,
but it's old technology, and like, if anything, it failing is kind of part of the experience. So, I could have just done it all on NSO. And I also should have mentioned, if you name Link Zelda at the very beginning, you just begin on the second quest. So it's not like I don't have an option. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, I did, yeah.
But, like, I want it to be on my file. I'm weird like that, okay? I don't want to do it on the Zelda one. You know what's especially dumb? I'm pretty sure that's one of the special, NSO, options.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you can immediately start Legend of Zelda on the second quest. I saw that, like, what are you talking about? That was always an option. Who's the dimwit making these things?
Could you imagine your name being Zelda back in the day and you just wanted to name the character after yourself and you just started up immediately with, like, the hardest version of the game?
Yeah, you're dead. Like, that game's freaking hard.
And people are trying to tell you, no, you need to go over here to get to Dungeon 3.
They drew their maps, and the maps are all wrong.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be terrible.
Well, like, the overworld map is the same, but the locations for everything is what's different.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like, oh, no, you gotta go here for this specific place. No, this takes me to an old man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, an angry one, too. Like, what do you mean you got 100 rupees here? He charged me 20 for opening it and destroying his door.
Exactly, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, because when I think back on it, even the original Dragon Quest actually was password-based when it first released in Japan. That didn't even have a battery in it until it came to the States.
Woof! Bunga, bunga, bunga.
So yeah, no, I was just thinking about that, like, yeah, no, Zelda did it first. Alien's Lair, you're almost done.
Yep. This is where it gets weird and sci-fi.
This is where the alien influence comes into play.
Yep. Which otherwise, up to this point, you'd have been like, what the heck? Ah!
Yep, there's a literal chest burster.
Oh, gonna itch. Not a good time. Well, if you couldn't tell from, like, the design of this, like, this is where it's just obvious.
Yeah. No, it's just a xenomorph.
Yeah. Well, also, like, the eggs that make up this part of the level, you can see the background is made up by the same as, whatever that machine, the ship was that they find. You can see, like, the alien xenomorph bodies are all coiled up together. Yeah. More of, like, it's an artistic direction, not so much, like Metroid took it like a narrative, theatrical direction.
Right.
For its inspiration.
Yeah, this is just like a final level twist in this game, yeah.
Yeah, there's that classic, I pushed A, I swear. One frame too late and you're dead.
Oh, you got another life.
Whoa!
For what it's worth.
Yeah, right. If you're curious, I could just start taking deaths just to show you what happens. Because, like... But I'm probably inevitably going to be stuck somewhere where I have to. Because I'm sure there are speedrunners out there who single run beat this whole game. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
However,
and those people are crazy.
Yeah, however, I don't... Me as a person, I don't think it's possible for me to do without what we're doing. Yeah, let that happen. See here, you flash and you come right back up. But you'll lose your gun. Yep. So that's why we don't want to do it. But anyway, so you come right back up again.
Which is nice, which is a lot nicer than what other games would allow.
Yeah, just reminding you what our ultra-powered gun is and how good it is. And we started with a little pea shooter.
This makes my aliens nerd brain happy, as it should.
Woo! Oh, and there's your face hugger.
Yep.
Whoop! They keep spawning too, they're coming in. Alien is awesome. Here we go.
Alien is awesome. Yep, this is the
heart.
Xenomorph heart, yep. With
It's
all the
dropping
eggs, there's the
eggs
eggs with the...
Yeah, it's the same egg. Opening in like the splitting by 4 or something like that.
Yep.
Wonder if I can get everyone in one clean shoot. We are not giving that up.
No.
Woo! Oh. I think if I stand back here. Yeah. It's not as safe though because only 2 shots on screen at once. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, once you get the bottom 2, then you can just like keep running and aim up, I believe. Ooh.
These guys take more than 1 shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, the eggs will perpetually keep hatching. Oh, I should be ducking. That's the problem. My spread was just missing it.
Oh.
Shoot. Got it. All right.
There we go.
That should take out...
Yep.
Oh! I turned. I juked when I should have jabbed. Kabow,
There you
bow,
go.
bow, bow, bow. Contra.
And that's it. That's the game.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
We
a
apparently got here
fantastic game.
in a chopper. Yeah, it is. It's a great NES renting title too, because like you can. It's really easy to pick up and learn, and it's extremely hard to beat. It's also not very long, so games like this that are not very long, like Castlevania, the first one, I really love because you could own that game and play it over and over and over again, and just get better and better at it. And it's like they make these super difficult games so that the skill ceiling is super high, but it's really easy to pick up and play. Those are like really great, well-designed games that we don't get a lot of anymore. Like Zach, I don't know if you watched that Nintendo Direct this morning, but like
I did, yeah.
I wasn't wowed by anything. Like too many modern games. Well, here either the only things I was like, oh hey, were you're porting something to the Switch. That was it. So it's like, oh, you're porting this, you're remastering this old thing. Okay, and it's not like I say like all new games are garbage. No, there's some of my favorite games ever just came out in the past 5 years. Okay, but the problem is since we have so much coming out all at the same time, we don't have like the same kind of quality that we used to anymore. Nobody's thinking about the game experience. It's all about, it's got to be an event. And if it's not like a huge blockbuster seller, then it was a colossal failure. And everything's got to, you know, pack it up. Time for the next big AAA attempt to make a ton of money. And there you go. You keep your lives, and it just kicks you right back in, and you can tell it's looping because I've already got the spread. But that's it. That is only whole game. Contra. So.
Yeah, because the unfortunate thing is, games cost so much money to make, and I don't know how much of it actually is like bloat or how much of it is actually just poor management. Because I don't want to blame anybody, but
yeah.
I will agree that costs definitely have skyrocketed, so they've got to recoup things. So things kind of have to be an event to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
But when you make it a game that appeals to everybody, it's good, but it's not anything remarkable, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. It doesn't excel at anything. Right.
So I was looking up Contra Force. It is a spin-off that has nothing to do with the Contra series at all. In fact, it started out as its own game before Konami's like, nah, we're gonna slap Contra on it, we're gonna sell it. Because you're not fighting aliens in this, you're fighting like drug cartels and terrorists, I think.
Okay. So, we'll try and pick it up. Oh, another fun thing we neglected to mention about the first Contra.
Yes.
Is that Terry Bogard?
It pretty much is.
Does he exist yet? I'm pretty sure he does, doesn't he?
1992.
No, 92. He might exist. He might exist.
Yeah, because it was a Fatal Fury game.
Right.
Hold on a second. I've got to look this up now.
Hold on. I'm gonna up, down,
Up to
left,
down.
right, BA, star, just in case. Ah, it didn't do anything. Push and start. Alright, so we'll at least dabble this. I'm not sure what the heck we're in for. Do we want Mr. Burns, Mr. Beans, Iron, or Smith? Beans is the funny name, but that looks like a really sucky loadout.
I'm saying we go with
maybe we should just do
Iron.
Beans. Iron?
Oh yeah. Actually, no, let's do the funny one.
I'm feeling Beans. I don't care what he's got. We'll make it work.
Hey, Alex.
We have rewind. We're good. Okay. Looks more like Bionic Commando. Yeah.
Give me your best Mr. Bean impression.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't.
There you go.
He doesn't speak. Rowan Atkinson. Did you know that it was just this past year that I finally learned that Rowan Atkinson is the voice of Zazu in The Lion King?
Yes.
I had no freaking idea. Also, when they got all the returning voice actors for the sequels and all that other stuff, he was the only voice they never got.
Right.
So, that's why Zazu doesn't really speak in those. Or if he does, that he's with someone doing a knockoff Mr. Bean. So are you expecting this is all like a Mr. Bean sketch? So can I like?
I'm assuming.
Can I like switch weapons or something like that? No, that's pause. No use. Oh, can I like switch characters?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, see if you can switch to Iron.
No. All right, so select doesn't seem to do anything, so I just got a pistol.
Right, and it looks like it's a
just run me down with a forklift?
Yeah.
This guy's
Looks like
forklift
it's a
certified. Run away! Run away! How many? Raise your hands, everybody in the chat. How many of you have operated a forklift and have not been forklift certified? Because right now, if I were not playing a video game, I would be raising my hand. Because I don't know about you, Zach, but I have very much used a forklift, and I have never been forklift certified. Ooh, he's trying to take that down. It's the Castlevania Crushers.
Yeah, I cannot say that I have operated a forklift. I think I've operated like a power...
Oh, you scumbag!
I've operated like a power, like pallet jack before, but not a forklift.
Oh, that's a big bullet!
It is.
I ducked it. I can't dodge this. Are we gonna die here just because of this doofus showing up at the wrong time. Yeah, you have to kill him before he's able to fire, because if he fires, it's over. This is really slow. Raise his hand? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. So, I worked at a baseball field where a bunch of drunks would play softball. I hated it. But, anyway.
Playing softball or the drunks?
Oh, no, I hated the drunks, obviously.
Anyway.
Like, it was a horrible place. I don't want to call out exactly where I was. In case of, like... Yeah, so anyway...
You don't want to dox yourself, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't really live too close to it, but yes. So... Regardless, come on, I was hoping I'd get a free shot there. You cannot duck these! Like, what's the point of ducking? It's like it's got the Contra name, but it doesn't play like Contra.
No, I told you it started out as a completely different game, and Konami just slapped the Contra
name on it. It still is a different game. This is... No, don't freaking lie to me, Konami. Man, the slowdown sucks, too. But, like, I had to, like, to clean their bathrooms, because they were outdoor, I just took a hose, attached some, like, I had this attachment that you can put on a hose and spray. What the hell?
Oh, those are spikes in the middle.
Thanks, Zach.
Oh,
I'm aware that there's spikes in the middle.
No, I just caught up. It skipped for me in, Discord.
How do you have to step over, but you can't because you die. Oh, this is bad. This is actually bad. Hold on. But then you can't because you gotta, maybe you keep, what the hell do you do? Wait, you wait for it to go, whoa, no, because then you die. What the, there's no way getting across this. How did I do it that time? Oh, this game. So, like...
We don't have to play this. This isn't technically a Contra game.
I was hoping to get to the first boss, at least.
Okay, we can do that.
It's kind of... Contra game, kind of. But it sure as hell doesn't feel like one. I'm assuming those are landmines. But anyway, like... just to give you an idea what kind of place this was, I remember at least one instance. At least one... Shoot, where I would have to shoo people out of the bathrooms, which were all open, and right next to the kids' playground area, by the way, because the adults kept getting so drunk they would go into the bathrooms, not even in stalls or anything, and just openly have sex. There's no doors, nothing. It's just wide open. I'm just like trying to get them out. Like, can I please clean the place up? I was just worried about your piss and feces. I didn't want to deal with any other bodily fluids. Please, like, your kids are right there, you know? Oh, I hate that place so much. And the people. Mostly the people. But, like, I would also have to take, and I think this actually gave me long-term stomach problems. I had to take a huge hose. Like a hose that, you could fit your leg through. Like, really fat hose. What the? Is this guy indestructible? How many bullets can he take? Yeah, that's not Contra. He's not going down in a single shot.
Nope.
Unless this is supposed to be a boss fight, which this is pathetic if it is. So, anyway, like, I had to, pump the sewage into an unsuspecting neighbor's yard. It was it was a farmer, so he didn't notice, at least when we were doing that. Contact damage? Kidding me? Anyway. But yeah, aside from that, like this hose had holes everywhere. That's what I'm saying. I think I had stomach issues with this because, I gained a lot of allergies and IBS problems that I never previously had until I worked there. It was terrible. Like, some of the worst conditions you can ever imagine. And it was just working at a freaking baseball park. But, to make matters even better, my forklift thing, I will tie this back around to what I'm complaining about. While we play this, horrible excuse for wait, there's... Oh, here he is.
There he is.
He's just taller than a regular Joe. Actually, if I could duck his shot, that'd be amazing. Okay, just forget this guy. Let me guess. Contact damage. I'm expecting it. Actually, he can't shoot me here. What? It's another like, oh, if I touch you, you die. You're it.
That is something I'm
Oh
really
my
glad
God.
a lot of modern games have dropped.
Yeah, he changes where he goes based on what I did. This game. But anyway, at least we finally found a boss.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, forklift.
Forklift, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And this boss sucks. There. He had an elaborate death animation, considering nothing else seems to be moving the way I would expect. Here's your story that we worked so hard for. So, alright, Beans, you tell it to us. There's a point where, a bunch of drunks parked their motorcycles out in the way of, this whole shed that I had to get to with my stuff. Like, things I needed to actually get their, the ball field ready for them to play. You know, like, I have, there's all sorts of tools that you're probably not expecting you would need. Like, there's, like a wagon-like tool you have to push that, like a fertilizer spreader that, kicks out the, white chalk that makes the chalk lines for your foul. It's top-down now? Okay, never mind, I'm intrigued. And, it's almost like Metal Gear now. How Metal Gear is not supposed to be played.
No.
But anyway, oh, there's no depth. Nice to know. So these guys park their motorcycles where I gotta get to my stuff, like with base pounders and all that stuff. As you can imagine, my boss was not exactly the most caring of, my condition, or what I had to go through. So, he told me, I don't care what you do, just get rid of the motorcycle. Because he tried doing announcements, you know, over his PA system, saying everyone who owns this motorcycle, please return to the parking lot. It needs to be moved. And he did it like 3 times, and the guy never did it. I had to go back to him and say, like, okay, we gotta do something. This guy's motorcycle is in my way. He said, I don't care what you do, get rid of the motorcycle. I was like, okay, your words. It's like, yeah, fine. What I chose to do was get in the forklift and then pick up his motorcycle. Let's let that happen. I picked up his motorcycle with the forklift and I set it on top of the shed, which was like 12 feet high.
There you go. Get your motorcycle next time.
Yeah, they're like, all right, go get your motorcycle. It's illegally parked. Jackass.
You ready for a non-moving violation?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to that guy and his... or like how he got it down, if he got it down. I don't know.
Sounds like a him problem at that point.
Exactly, I didn't care. Like, you had your warning, man. Dude, I don't care. Like, that is your problem. Man, I remember there was so many horrible situations that, like, my job could have been a sitcom there, I swear. Like, I could tell you stories. Like, there's this time where a, God, I don't remember how long exactly, but it was a rat snake that showed up underneath the ticketing booths in the front. And they just had old ladies working there because, of course, the guy in charge isn't paying anybody. He's like, oh, they're volunteers. Anybody who he didn't legally have to pay, he didn't. And then people who he had to pay, he cheated, and he would do all sorts of scummy stuff. Like, I actually had to drive in to show up at, like, 4 a.m. multiple times, and then he would send me home at 6 a.m., which is illegal. Yeah. And also, I lived, like, 30 minutes away from this place at the time, so I didn't appreciate that. I love that, setting the guy's bike on the shed. You say shed, I'm not giving you a good gauge of how large this thing was. It was a small barn. Like, okay. Like, it was way up there. Is that a rocket?
Oh, it's
a jet. It's a jet. Okay. You just blow it up with bullets. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in the middle of something else. I don't know. The rat snake was one. So this thing had to have been like 15 feet long, and it showed up under this old lady's thing. And he just sends me out there and says, "Get rid of the snake." I'm like, with what? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not gonna. I don't know anything about this species of snake. I'm not messing with that. So I go out there with the only tools I can think of, which was like a large bucket. Which, since I didn't see the snake, I didn't realize that this large, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 30-gallon bucket was not even close to the size that I needed. Whoa, this is awkward. A lot of sprite flicker too. But
Alex, you're
anyway,
driving
yeah,
a vehicle in an NES game.
I was not driving the vehicle.
Well, never mind then. It's not as impressive.
Nope. So anyway,
yeah, you got a bucket.
Yeah, I get a bucket. I get like a shovel and a broom to like try to pick it up. And as I am trying to do this, there's a huge crowd of people watching this because they're a bunch of drunks and they're just excited that big snake. Whoa. And I get the alpha male urge to point out large animals. I do it with birds all the time. Whoa, large bird! I like large birds. Large birds are cool. But anyway, people are looking at this giant snake, and I'm just more like amazed at how large this thing actually is. But it's so big, it's docile. It's not doing anything. It clearly lived in the woods. All right, looks like we found our second boss of the top-down area. What the hell do I do now? Actually, this looks really easy. If it's gonna... Am I hitting him? No, that's hitting him.
There you go.
Oh, he can't get you here. Are you kidding me? Can I just stay here? I don't think he can shoot me. I don't think he can shoot me.
No.
This is a boss fight. You know, a lot of NES boss fights were kind of like this.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, he actually got me. He actually got me. We have no more lives left, so I'm just gonna take... Oh, he's got me there. Okay, so he can totally do it. Boy, this is a fight, isn't it? Whoa!
Speed.
What did he do? What did he do? What you doing there, man? Oh, he just ran forward and... Man, talk about a 90s game right here.
Also, if there's rat snakes near that place, sounds to me that it had a pest problem.
Oh, it absolutely had a pest problem. There was
Yeah,
a lot of other
that,
creatures. I'm just telling you about this one. Collapsed. And his pants fall down. That's excellent. So,
Johnny Sasaki.
Beans is the hero yet again. The hero nobody expected to see today. So this rat snake is like 15 foot. Like, I don't know how long they actually get, but this thing was gargantuan. I've never seen one this big before in my life, aside from this instance. Like, I've seen pythons and anacondas. That's how big this snake was. And I think it was a rat snake, just because it was all black, and they live in the area. All right, now we're back to knockoff Contra. So I'm gonna say we saw this game, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Unless you want more war stories of my first job, because I wasn't done with my favorite illegal thing that they had me do. I once worked for them in a 25-hour shift. 25-hour shift. And no, there was no such thing as overtime. There were no breaks. He gave me like a 30-minute break at one point halfway through it so I could go to the concession stand and get something to eat. But all they let me have were chips, because the person at the concession stand said they weren't supposed to give out like the hot dogs or anything. So I had a bag of chips, and I think I fell asleep on the concrete somewhere. I don't remember where, for the rest of my 30 minutes, until something woke up. Something woke me up, and I had to go. Get back to what I was doing. Wait for the next game. And that's the only reason I had a break, is because it was a break between games. Like, I had all the fields set up, of which there were 6, I think. Which takes a long time. It's a lot of work. 25 hours. 25 hours. Can you imagine doing anything for 25 hours straight?
Oh.
I was being paid like $7 an hour, too. Super C!
Surprised you just didn't walk.
Yeah, well, I needed money. Also, if you knew my parents, I was in it for worse if I left. Alright, so this actually looks like Contra, because this actually is Contra 2, but it's not called Contra 2, but... Hold on. I think I hear a little squirt. You might have to occupy them for a moment, but let me try and get this right. So, Contra 3 was on... 3 The Alien Wars is on, the Super Nintendo. But then you gotta go to, like, the DS, I think, for Contra 4. The Nintendo
Way
DS.
Forward made that.
Way Forward makes this. And then I think Way Forward also made a Contra 5? Isn't that right? They made another one recently. I don't know if they called it 5.
I think
anyway,
they're the ones
hear
who
this
actually made the remake of the first one. Yeah.
I hear the score calling for me, so while we prepare for Super C, I'm going to leave you to this for a moment. Entertain us with your mouth words.
My mouth words, okay. Mouth words. How does one form words with a mouth? Anyway, hope y'all are doing good. You know, you too, Profetcha. Yeah, just, enjoying some Contra myself. Have my first day off after a couple days back at work. Just living life, enjoying myself. Still playing Cyberpunk 2077. Still enjoying the heck out of that.
Alright, so it looks like I have a visitor once again who is refusing to sleep for her nap time, and she's going to be in the room playing with some Pokemon toys that I have right here in the little box. Oh, dear. Okay. With your...
yes, Profetcha. You make mouth words with your butt.
With your butt. You know, I'd like to hear you try... You know I wouldn't, actually.
Don't tempt me. I would figure out a way. Just to spite you.
No. Alright, well, let's...
Hey, Jack. How you doing?
Yeah, welcome, Jack. So we gave up on, Contra Force, because it wasn't really a Contra game, but we said we would play it. Let's dive into Super C. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. See if this works on this one. I assume it does. Nope, rest 3! Ooh! Did they change it? I mean, we have rewind, so it doesn't matter, but...
Yeah.
It's more about a curiosity. Alright, literally anything's better than this. Alright, machine gun. That's something.
Uh-huh.
Means you shoot quicker, obviously. They had to make sure that you can have, like, a tremendous amount of bullets on screen at once, because that's kind of Contra's thing. It was kind of known for this. It's like the first bullet hell game, but you're not... Traditionally, anymore, the bullet hell genre is done as, like, a space shooter. And it's kind of what's become of the space shooters. What do we got here? Oh, it's just a screen nuke. This one plays pretty good. I mean, compared to the jank I was just playing, it was terrible. Oh, I love the explosion and the thunder in the background. That's cool. Yeah, they're throwing out all the stops here. Fireballs, alright, that's cool. Actually, I don't remember that one. Is this just an updated fireball?
I think so. But yeah, apparently this was a arcade game originally, like the original Contra was.
Mm-hmm.
And
that I can believe. It definitely plays like one.
Because in the arcade, it was known as Super Contra.
I'll take the bullets.
It was known as Super Contra, the Alien Strikes Back.
Woo!
Because the Red Falcon is coming back with their nonsense and more aliens.
Oh. I like how they just run. They don't actually try and do anything, they just run. They don't blow up when they get to you either, as if they were some other sort of people who I may not be able to reference on YouTube without getting flagged and put on some list.
Oh.
Woo! No! Shoot the thing!
Huh.
Bad situations everywhere.
Yeah.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's all because he turned around. I'm telling you that. The Super Nintendo D-pad, inferior to NES D-pad. I will not be hearing any questions.
Right then.
Ah! Oh my, get him there. Problem child's gone. All right, boss time. It's a giant nose in the sky. Actually, this is really helpful.
Yeah.
Wow, the machine gun actually destroyed that boss. Whoa, where'd it go? Oh, you only get it in waves?
Yep.
Oh, it's coming back. There we go. Piece of cake. Kaboom. What are you saying, Clover? Playing some bad games? It's normally what we do on this show, isn't it? We just play some bad games.
Well, I mean, there's more bad games than there are good games, all things considered.
We've played many games that were much worse than this. This is not that bad. You're gonna play Marble Fight. You know that? I don't know how you play that, but there's a game on this system called Marble Madness. Actually, it's pretty good.
There is.
We got the fire.
Don't play the Genesis.
Spread. Here we go. It's on now.
Don't play the Genesis version of Marble Madness if you value your ears.
I didn't know there was a Genesis version.
There was, and Electronic Arts at the time didn't know how to program good Genesis music, and it's basically screeching. Like, the Genesis is like screaming in pain as it's trying to run this game for you.
Genesis kind of sounded like crap anyway. Just in general. Compared to the Super Nintendo. Like, it's like, to be fair to it. I think that was the main point where it was inferior. Clover, I can't right now, okay? You said you would be quiet and wait in my room. I said that was okay as long as you tried not to bother me for a little bit, okay? Dad's trying to entertain people with old video games. Okay. I'm giving you all those toys to play with. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to keep her occupied, but...
I mean, she's 3 years old. She's gonna be...
Yeah, she's 3. She doesn't listen to a word I say.
Nope. That's the thing with most 3-year-olds. They tend not to.
Yeah. She's just old enough to know that she can decide whether she wants to listen to me or not. Ooh, I'm in a perfect spot where it can't hit me.
Yeah, because the thing with the Genesis screaming in pain, yes, Profetcha, that game is like literal pain for your poor Genesis.
Clover, please, I can't hear you right now. I'm trying to do this. You can play with the Pokemon toys, and when I'm done with this, I'll be able to play with you too, okay? You did not give me any time for this today. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's one guy. Woo! I know what the electrical barriers are, so we don't want anything to do with that. Whenever you hear that doing noise, you know you're doing damage.
Yep.
Woo! Alright.
But the thing between the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, I mean, you gotta think, though, the Genesis came out in, like, 88.
Well, it's because Sega was forcing its way into the market, thinking that if you're first, you're gonna win. That's what their mentality was for every single console they released. And I think in every case they were wrong. Oh, jeez.
I dropped when you were explaining Sega for a second.
Well, Sega sucks! No, so I was saying that, basically in every instance, Sega was forcing their console to release before, its competition, believing that that's somehow going to make them the better console. Like, it might have been the better console for, like, a week. You know, but obviously once the real thing comes out, the competitors always crushed them. Also,
the Genesis was made to compete against the NES.
I'm aware.
Which is the... Yeah.
I'm aware.
Terrible part, yeah. At least it forced Nintendo's hand to be like, well... Let's see, there's a PC Engine, and there's a Sega Mega Drive. We need to... Okay, fine, I guess we can stop relying on the Famicom. And make something else. They
had been developing the Super Nintendo for a long time. A long time. Yeah, that's not exactly a fair way to paint the picture. All right, let's run through the waters. Whoop!
But if you know what you're doing, though, the
cool.
Genesis... Oh, yeah, the music in this is actually pretty good. Yeah. But I was to say, with the Genesis, though, if you know what you're doing, which, of course, a lot of people didn't.
Most people didn't.
Which was the unfortunate...
Yeah.
It sounded beautiful, yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it could. It had the potential to. It sounded okay. Pretty much in every regard, I have found that the Super Nintendo just sounds better. At least I haven't seen any cases where it didn't. Am I getting 3 of these on screen at once? Did they update that?
Looks
no,
like
it shoots 1 and then it spreads a few. Because I can mash.
Okay.
That's actually a lot better than the spread before. Because I can be safer if I just mash now. That's how I was getting killed a lot. Feels kind of weird, but I think this is actually a lot easier than Contra.
Fair enough.
Whoa! Can do, maybe not. Can I jump on it?
Can you duck under him, I wonder?
Ah! Oh, come on! Stand up, I'm dead. If I duck, I'm okay, but like... Ah! Oh my god.
I was gonna say, that's some garbo poo-poo right there.
Yeah, there, I was just saying this one's easier. This boss is awful. Oh, you can jump on him too. Okay, good. Okay, never mind. He's not so bad. You just gotta remember that middle zigzaggy shot is terrible. What if he just did it on his... jump on his head, like to fight here?
Oh! Well, okay then.
Is this gonna work? I don't hear him taking damage.
Oh, it might be armored, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awkward. See how he can walk away from...
Oh, yeah. That animation, though, on the NES, that's
pretty cool.
Really dang good,
Yeah, it is. There he goes.
Yep, there
Is
he
that
goes.
just a mini-boss, I assume? Yeah. Like the tank in the first one.
Yep.
Whoa! There we go.
Profetia, you've been playing Atlas Fallen. Yeah, I think I saw you mention something about that in the Discord. I hadn't had a chance to read through yet.
Oh, since you're technically falling, if you even step on one of these, you're dead. Because you can't jump back out. You just have to know where it's happening. And since the screen's shaking...
Yeah, it makes it even harder to tell. Yeah, right.
It's not that it's harder to tell. Sometimes, because of the screen shaking, I'm actually falling for a frame, and you can't jump when you're falling. As you would expect.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's an alien computer for you.
Yep. Speedrunners have to be, like, extremely good at mashing. I have seen some people speedrun this game and Contra 1. It's... oh my goodness. that's like, the trial to entry in Contra speedrunning is all about trying to beat the game without dying, as we were just commenting before. The real trial is doing that while mashing faster than any other human being can. Like, non-stop for like 15 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably longer than 15 minutes. I don't remember how long it takes people to complete that first one. There we go.
Oh, and you were right. Yeah, WayForward, in conjunction with Konami, remade the first Contra, Operation Galuga. Earlier this year, in May. Yep.
Oh,
there
bubbles.
We go.
Let's not shoot that. Whoa! For some reason, thought I could shoot him. Oh, it's gonna start now. It's gonna start getting real. NES sequels don't get easier. I should have known at the get-go something was up. There's no reason that should have actually been easier. Oh, we're going up. Oh! The harpy bat people. Wait, is that a door? No. Of course that's not a door.
No.
Oh, that's where the enemies spawn!
Yeah, it's a door for them, but not... It's a door for thee, but not for me.
Whoop! Okay, then we'll try to... Oh, good. I actually had 1 pixel to stand on. So that's another problem with stages like this in Contra 2-player. If I jump, you might suddenly lose your footing and you would die.
Yeah, that would not be fun at all.
Nope. But at least
Profetia
their bullets don't go through the edges.
Atlas Fallen feels like it's trying to be The Witcher 3. It doesn't have as much variety to it. World building isn't too bad, but writing is real poo-poo. Game screaming 6 out of 10.
Pretty tough to try to emulate Witcher 3. And
yeah, especially when they were able to just basically be like, okay, we made The Witcher 1. We'll make that better. Made Witcher 2. Then we're like, okay, we're on to something with Witcher 2. We're going to make a masterpiece and we get Witcher 3. Yeah.
They're all very different games, though. Like, they're not even...
No, I know.
Because I'm just saying, I played them all. You haven't played any. They're very different games. Very different. But they did learn a lot from them, but the only thing that's really consistent is it's the same IP. The combat's not the same in any of them. The story, not even close. The way that quests and stuff work, completely different. They're all very different games. So I'm curious what they're going to do for the Witcher 1 remake, if it ever gets released, because I don't know if I trust anything coming out of that company now. But if it does, I have a feeling they're going to make it look and play like Witcher 3, but it's just Witcher 1. Like, story. And that's really all we're going to keep. At least that's my guess.
Probably. Let's see.
This is getting easy again. Something bad's coming.
Atlas Fallen Reign of Sand. There we go. Oh, deck 13. Oh.
6. I don't got time to play a 6. You know? Who wants to actually go play a 6? You know, you hear that from somebody and you're like, I'm done. Oh.
No, I can see why, or I can see where a lot of problems arose up for that, because it's made by Deck 13. They're the guys who made not Dark Souls, aka Lords of the Fallen.
There's a lot of Dark Souls, unfortunately. That's another one, like, a dangerous game to try to redo, or make something in the same light of it. Now, if you're looking at a masterpiece, you're inevitably gonna have an inferior game.
Whoa, that's cool.
This is pretty sweet, yeah. Oh, okay, so you can knock out someone, so I have a safe area to stand now.
Right.
Woo! Okay, good. This is a cool boss.
Oh, and it's still on the same timer. Nice.
Oh, got me, finally, with 1 left. Kaboom, boom, 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 boom.
But Deck 13, what else did they make besides that? I know that they've...
I get to shoot the little orbs from Castlevania. I wouldn't put your fingers down there, okay? Can you play off the glass? Ooh, more of that, I like the sprite changes in the background. That's nice. The sky's very colorful.
No, they didn't make...
I can't hear you, Squirt. I'm just asking. Try not to stick your fingers down there. I'm saying this not because I don't want you to have fun. I don't want you to get your fingers crushed under my chair. You understand?
Yep. I've heard Lords of the Fallen isn't very good. The first one isn't, but the newer one, The Lords of the Fallen, yeah, go figure. We need better titlers for the video game industry, I swear to God.
Well, I think titles and titles for genres. We never got to make that Hitbox episode, but boy...
Oh, yeah.
That's a big problem. People don't think about the experience of what the game's genre was. Instead, they want to talk about... Oh, it's like Dark Souls, like you were just saying. Oh, it's like Witcher. Like, yeah. Okay, those are games though. So we're talking about a genre, an experience. There's a lot of experiences in Dark Souls and Witcher. Which of them? You know, don't just say like, oh, it took this mechanic from that, and therefore, okay, it took the bonfires and the XP level up mechanic from Dark Souls. Therefore, it is a Souls-like. Like, oh, get out of here. We're not that uncreative.
Yeah. Yeah, same
movie
with
industry's not like that.
No, well, because movie industry was basically just a film version of like the novel and of the book industry.
Hold on, Clover, listen. If you're gonna try and talk to me, I'm gonna put you in the other room. I have to wait till I'm finished, okay? When I have these on, I can't hear you. All right? I hear you're talking the whole time, but I can't hear you. You're allowed to play with your toys. Keep them in here, or you can go back and play in your room, but not with these toys, okay? No, you stay up here, please. Mommy's not home yet. Okay? You can go down when you hear Mom. Is that okay? You can bring something upstairs, all right? But come back up. I'm sorry. She's non-stop talking in my ear, and I don't understand a word she's saying because I have these headphones on. Like,
yeah, I know,
you guys wonder why I don't have time to make, like, regular videos anymore? It wasn't just that I wasn't able to edit. Now, she's at the age where I'm, like, not permitted to do anything.
Oh.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I'm the one who's trying to stay home as a stay-home dad / homeschooling dad, so, like, she is attached to me. I can't do a thing. Like, the only times I get to use my computer at all are these streams. I try my best.
Oh, also... Okay, that's what I was also thinking of.
Look at this guy. This metal.
Oh. Those are skulls. He's just firing skull aliens at you.
Yeah, skull aliens. Zach, this is metal. Ooh,
there's pretty much, yeah.
There's what are those? What are those? What even are those? Woo!
Also to Profetia,
Woo!
Deck 13 also made the Surge and the Surge 2 before they made Atlas Fallen, and those are basically sci-fi, not Dark Souls.
All right, we're going to the alien area. Clover.
Oh,
right, you can play in here, but please keep it down for a bit, okay? I promise I'll be able to play more after this. Is this our first top-down in Super C? I'm losing track.
No. We went through the base with all the tanks and stuff that fired in 3 directions.
I just don't remember the boss of that one, I guess.
No, I don't either.
Shoot, I just realized they could do something really mean. Whoa, just mouths coming out of the floor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're mouths, guys. That's a mouth. Otherwise, you need to see a doctor.
There's no innuendo.
Madam. What the?
Or you're watching Wicked City.
I don't.
You ever heard of that anime?
No, Zach. I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
I actually like it.
If it's got anything to do with what we were just implying, I don't think I want to stay.
Yep.
I want to stay very far away from that.
It's hysterical. Honestly, it's so over the top that it's so funny.
That's honestly scaring me more. Your sense of humor and mine do not mix.
I'm not going to describe anything about it. The one thing I just wanted to say was that it's the original light novel was written by Hideyuki Kikuchi, the same guy who created Vampire Hunter D. So that should give you an idea of the kind of awesomeness that awaits for you.
Not the word I would use, but okay. Whoa!
Like we just have really different tastes. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Him wouldn't know what I was talking about.
I keep my standards too high. I don't got time for any of this. Literally plays every NES game.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say.
I'm allowed to dabble everything. This is like my only time to play stuff.
To me, sounds like Deck 13 doesn't have much in the originality department. Just find what game's popular and make something akin to it. Yeah, that's kind of been their MO for the last little bit, from what I can tell. Yeah, this guy. I forgot about this. That's right. This is where he actually comes from.
That was it? That can't be it.
No, I think he's got a phase 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a phase 2. I remember seeing more. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no, a head and arms are supposed to come out.
Way too easy. Clover, I don't understand what you're saying. There it goes.
Yep, there we go.
I don't remember what I'm aiming at.
The arms first, yeah.
I'm trying to blow him up. I really wish you weren't watching this, Squirt. Level weirdly makes me think of Earth Defense Force. I see that.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Isn't there supposed to be a new Earth Defense Force coming out here soon?
I was not keeping track. Can you please, Clover? I asked you to please play over there for a bit, okay? Just please be patient. Oh, man, we gotta change the time for NES Quest. She's just not allowing us to do it. Whoops, what did I just get? Okay, good. It was a 1-up. Or something. Ah! Man, I was kind of expecting today Contra wasn't going to take us very long and we'd have some time to start D. But she's making me stop so often. I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
Well, also, too, I mean, this game is actually kind of long, and we've been having to do a lot of rewinds. So even though the games are quick, we've been having to, like, redo quite a few things.
Well,
so.
I'm not rewinding very much in this one. This one's a lot easier than Contra 1. In my opinion, so far. I'm also hanging on to... Yeah, we don't want that. That was an accident. Forget this thing that's about to spawn. Are we going down? Yep, this is cool.
It's actually really nifty, yeah.
Yeah. Remember when Konami made video games?
I do.
Dude, you know the stupidest thing that was in that Direct?
What's that, bud?
Konami coming out and going, hey! You know how it's really awkward that you still can't play Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood on the Switch? What if we put all of the DS games on there first? Yeah, what if we did that? All the DS games. And we sell them as a bundle, and we just pretend that Symphony doesn't exist. Why don't we do that? That way, we can make more money. Or they just genuinely don't know. But it had to have cost a ton of money to port a DS game.
Yeah, to redo it so that way you could actually have both screens on at the same time and incorporate the touchscreen mechanics.
Yeah, I just saw that, I was like, what are you thinking, Konami? Like, no gaming company baffles me more than Konami lately. Whoop, and we're in.
Yeah, well. Yep, here we go. Dude, this
is like,
cool.
Nobody wants to make money more than them, but fails so spectacularly at, like, understanding what their audience wants.
Yeah, they've got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, and they've got Pachinko. They're making money.
I know, but, like, then if that's the case, they would pull a Valve and just stop making stuff altogether. But they don't. They're still porting things. But they're porting the wrong things. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are they doing? That was a really lousy boss.
Well, you also had, like, one of the best guns in gaming history, so I mean...
Sure, but, like, I didn't even have to move. Area 8. I don't remember how many areas are in,
there was 8 in the original.
Super C?
Ooh. Oh, in Super C, I have no idea. Earth Defense Force also has poor writing, but it's strangely satisfying.
Oh, God. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, look at those little hook hand guys!
No. That's not... it's here.
Are you talking about the weird tentacle things in the background?
No, Zach. No, I'm not.
Talking about the things that are shooting balls out of the floor and ceiling?
After they die.
I don't see what the problem is.
That's pretty obvious what that's supposed to be. Yikes.
No. What are you talking about? I have no idea.
I love that they could get away with whatever they wanted on this console.
Uh-huh. Genuinely convinced Konami despises the word fun for their consumers and themselves.
Oh, yeah. What do they just, like, recently go with, They heavily invest in, what are the... NFTs and all that crap. Like, they doubled down big time. Square too, yeah.
Even with the new director, Square was like, nah, we're still doing blockchain and NFT nonsense. Like, guys, you realize that that's not making money anymore, yes?
Yeah, that market crashed. Like, that ship sailed.
Oh, it crashed hard, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
at least they got little blade arms. They're trying to differentiate them. Whoa!
Yep. Oh, that freaked me out for a second. I'm like, oh,
yeah, that
no.
was good. That was good. What if it only drops so many times before you get to the end and you have to run? Boom.
Oh. I would not put it past this game.
Oh. In which case, it would be an instant game over. Oh! Oh, no. What if it does it now? Ah, it's doing it!
Oh, no. You were absolutely correct.
I knew it.
That's not even
I
funny.
knew it.
Professor says, 8-bit holes.
That's certainly kind of almost what it was, wasn't it? Darn it!
Sort of, yeah, right.
Come on.
As you were saying, it's pretty blatant.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, H.R. Giger knew what he was doing when he was creating all the stuff for Alien and all that, so I mean...
Okay. Oh my god! Can the balls stop? This one. It's gonna happen. No, oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. When's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? Oh, is it over? Is it over?
Yep.
Jump in the hole. Whoa! Oh, okay. Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
That was some really smooth scrolling.
Yeah, that was
NES.
really seamless. I don't even think we flickered when that happened. There it comes.
Oh, here we go. Oh, ooh, that's really nifty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That. So is that just dying on command?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the Alien. This is just straight out of Alien.
Oh yeah, this is like straight out of one of the Necronomicon art books. Yeah.
Well, it's also that what is that statue thing? It's not a statue, it's a body in Alien. They find it on the ship. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just straight up the jockey. Just put a woman's head in place where the hole was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
H.R. Giger wasn't even being subtle with his designs. No, that's the whole point.
No.
Like, there's a lot of, you know, innuendo and sexual undertones in that whole series. Well, especially in the first movie, at the very least. It's been a long while since I watched Aliens, so... Oop.
Did they ever actually finish that Prometheus story they were doing?
I have no idea.
Because that was supposed to be like one of 3 or something, and from what I saw, they never actually made a sequel to it. They just gave up and did something different.
I'll be honest with you, after Alien Resurrection and Alien vs. Predator, I kind of stopped caring.
Boom, boom,
hey, you did it!
Boom, boom, boom. That's a Ninja Gaiden explosion that they'll use. Whatever that sound effect is. Okay. Here's your staff roll, everybody.
And at least they're actually naming their staff.
Yeah, and they actually did that on the first one as well. Which is, yeah, that's not like Konami. As we found in our Castlevania run.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Christopher B. And,
oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, I think even in the Japanese
well, I mean, right there it just
version,
says Super C Team. So... But at least there's an actual... Oh. No, just Team? Oh, no.
Team Ume-chan.
Oh, no. Did they not put the names in? Oh my god, they didn't. It just said Teams. Oh, that's messed up. It's like if you beat, well, if you beat Mario, you don't really get credits. But, like, say you beat, God, what old NES, like, Nintendo game actually has credits to it? That's... Okay, Metroid does. Okay, so say, like, Metroid starts scrolling up, and then in the middle it just says, like, R&D1, or something like that, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, well, that doesn't mean anything to me. Who actually worked on this?
Produced by Gunpei Yokoi.
Yeah, Gunpei Yokoi.
It's like, okay.
Rest in
and
peace.
Metroid Team 2.
Man was a legend.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, this time on New Game Plus, looks like you keep your lives. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you kept your lives. You had 13.
But your gun resets. So I'm gonna die. One thing that's nice about this is, and no matter where you die, you will spawn there. So here we're gonna keep dying because I think I had Well, I have 4
13.
medals, but if we have 13, then then it is carrying that over. Okay. So we're able to survive. So that's that.
I think I might actually give this game a shot.
It's
actually
pretty good.
beat this one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I
don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if this is better than Contra, but it's pretty dang close.
Honestly, we could try again to get the Konami code to work, because that was the only thing I didn't see. And if you do not have Konami code working with this to get 30 lives instead of 3, that changes a lot, because this one played a lot easier than Contra did. It was much... Contra has a lot of completely unfair bits that you would never know are gonna kill you. The worst this got was probably the screen pushing me down into the pits, and there were a couple instances that felt a little tough, but like, tough is not flame pillars that only come out when you're right in front of them, like Contra. You know, the first one. That's so unfair that the 30 lives mattered. Playing this vanilla with 30 lives is actually totally doable for a casual player. It's not that bad. I can kind of see why they wanted to put it on here, but for the sake of, like, this NES Classic, it's a nostalgia console. They should have put Contra 1 on it. And, Simon's Quest should not be here, as we mentioned last time. That just, no. Put Castlevania 3 if you need another one of those. But honestly, like, that's not a great port, but, Metal Gear is not here, but they tend to give us that when they give us a bunch of NES stuff. What other Konami stuff is just, like, they have Gradius, we saw that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, those are the big ones I can think of.
I guess so. Yeah, they got those. We only have Ninja Gaiden 1. Like, I love that trilogy. They're all great, but 1's the problem. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah, for sure. So, sad news. Only the Japanese and the European versions of Super C have the 30 live code.
Oh, that sucks.
The NES version only gives you 10.
That explains what, well, I thought I started with 3.
Right, well, if you enter right, left, up... If you enter right, left, down, up, A, B, start, it only gives you 10 lives.
So they changed the code.
And it's only 10, not 30. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's still okay. Still okay. I'm hanging here on Donkey Kong. This is going to be our next one that we do a run-through. We may do all of the Donkey Kong ports, but...
probably.
Yeah, honestly, I have MAME running on here, and we're probably going to do that instead. I believe I have MAME. There's on my Super Nintendo. That's my Super Nintendo.
I think it's on your SNES,
yeah, that's my Super Nintendo. But, so just poking our nose ahead so we can see what we're going to be doing next week. Let's go to D, because I believe we finished all of the C's, right?
I believe so.
We finished C in this week. We were supposed to just do Contra. All right, so let's take a look at D. We have 2 folders. The first one is what we're probably going to be doing next time. Daiva, Imperial of Nersartia. I've heard a lot about this one. People love this game.
That was... Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't know if that one actually came out here in the States or not.
I don't think so. I've only ever... Well, actually, it might be on NSO now.
So it is,
it technically... Yeah, so it technically came, but... Yeah, no, it never actually came over here. Dance Aerobics, Power Pad required.
There we go.
Yeah, Power Pad required. That's gonna be great. But still, what's interesting about that though? The NES only had let's count everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons if you count the D-pad as 4. And that pad that I'm looking at right there has 12 at least. There might be one in the top center for 13. So that's a lot more inputs that you're trying to somehow, like, think of the connection that is actually plugging into that system. It's only got so many little cords that are going into it, you know, for it to be like, positive or negative is a button being pushed, you know. You can't just add them. So maybe it was, because the system was able to get away with doing stuff like, you know, in Castlevania, up and A, or B, up and B allows you to throw your sub-weapon. So combos worked, so that's probably how they got that to function. Because otherwise, I don't think there weren't not enough prongs in the NES. Like, you can't just add buttons and expect it to function.
Right,
the processing power of this thing is not great. Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat.
All right.
Darkman, the movie by Ocean.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, don't get excited. Don't get excited. Darkwing Duck by Capcom.
This one's supposed to be really good, yeah.
I've seen people speedrun this as well. Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum.
Cool.
Wow. David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia. This is okay. This game gets made fun of a lot, but even back in the day, like, this is another one on Nintendo Power. People actually really loved this. This is a really innovative, interesting game that's doing a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll get there.
I never did play the Wii remake, actually, now that I think about it.
Me neither. Isn't there a new one coming out, like, now?
Yeah,
Pretty sure there's another new one that... They might have been porting the Wii remake again, but I'm pretty sure it was a new game.
You might be right. I'll have to look it up later.
Daydreamin' Davy. I think this was an AVGN skit. This,
I believe so, yeah.
This game stinks. Clover, please do not do that. Days of Thunder. Just another racing game, looks like. Deadly Towers. This game is terrible.
It absolutely is. Terrible. I actually did try that one, and it's like, oh boy.
It lures you in, too, because it looks, you know, like another, like, promising medieval action. And it's top-down, like Zelda-ish, but no, it's horrible. Defender 2!
From HAL Laboratory.
Hey! I've never heard of that, but that could actually be really cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm interested.
Patient. I'm almost done, I promise. Defender of the Crown. Wait, hold on. I've heard of this.
Yeah, this was an Amiga launch game.
Yeah.
Or not a launch game, yeah, because it's a medieval simulator.
I read about this.
And it was like, yeah. It was renowned for like its simulation aspects and its graphical capability. How did they put that on an NES cart?
We'll find out next week.
Okay.
If we get this far. I assume so. There's a lot of, as Cameron's saying, there's a lot of stinkers in here, so we're probably going to go faster. Defenders of Dynatron City. I like the cover. Very 90s or 80s comic book.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that might be good.
Deja vu.
I've just been in this place before.
Who, I can't quite read who made that in the top right corner. But anyway,
I can't either.
It's got 2 different Nintendo seals on it. It can't stink, right?
Right?
Yeah, right? Demon Sword. Right. I've heard about this one too. This is a Taito game.
Oh, okay, okay.
I heard this one's actually okay.
Yeah, Taito actually made good 80s games, yeah.
Desert Commander. War strategy game. Great. That's not good.
That's up our alley. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, every single one of those we've played's been a winner. Destination Earthstar by Acclaim.
Earth isn't a star; it's a planet.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that means as well. Oh well, you know,
I know.
Honestly, I'm getting a lot of Solaris vibes just looking at it, and
a little bit, yeah.
That might have been the coolest Atari game we played.
It absolutely was.
And it was not a Starpath Arcadia game, so actually, did it run on a? It couldn't have run on a regular cartridge, could it? Because if it could, you could buy that new Atari 7800 Plus or whatever it is. Get a cartridge of Solaris and play peak gaming in the early 80s. Amazing.
Did they just slap Dick Tracy?
Mom's finally here. Oh, thank you. Now the end of the stream. Nah, she didn't sleep at all.
She just told me not right now, Mom.
Oh no, right now. Right now is good. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Destiny of an Emperor. What?
No, I was just.
Oh yeah. I thought it was a Dick Tracy game too coming up because we're in the D's, but no, that's a Deja Vu. It might be a Dick Tracy game. I don't know.
There absolutely is.
Yeah, Kim, that's Dick Tracy.
Yeah, no, that's just Dick Tracy. I don't know who they're trying to fool.
Destiny of an Emperor. So it's a particular one, but he's not important enough to have a name or anything like that.
That's fine.
No, it's just Destiny of an Emperor. I don't know what I'm looking at for that cover. Yeah, which one? I don't know, man. Devil
Japanese,
World!
Chinese?
Wait, why is this in NES? This didn't come out on NES. This is a Famicom game. But this game is awesome, so I'm happy we're playing it. But, oh, there is Dick Tracy. But, like...
There it is.
Yeah, I heard that game actually really stinks. But, Devil World is really good. And the reason we never got it over here is stupid religious reasons. There's crosses in it. The bad guy's a devil. I think you get Bibles for power-ups. There's religious iconography in it.
Yeah.
And that was all that mattered back then. You can't get this Famicom game. By the way, made by pretty much, like, the early Nintendo Dream Team. Like, this is Shigeru Miyamoto. This is most of R&D 1, I think, too, isn't it? Like,
I think so, yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure these guys made Mario, Zelda, Metroid, like, the big hitters. This is like
Takashi
a forgotten...
Tezuka. Yeah.
Yeah. This could have been, like, an enormous series, and, like, spawned a ton of games, you know, like Mario, Metroid, and Zelda, except, it had religious icons in it. If it didn't do that, or we got, like, like Zelda 2. There was a lot of religious icons in Zelda 2 that got kind of, like, washed out of the game. Like, there was a demon, a literal demon that was blocking the path, and they turned him into a spider. So, like, you could have done that kind of stuff, the Devil World, and salvaged it, but Devil World wasn't called Zelda 2. So they didn't try that hard, and they just kind of let it rot, and that's a shame, because it's a really good game. Anyway, Dick Tracy, however, is not a good game, and we will find out, later. Die Hard!
Did you ever watch the Dick Tracy movie?
Movie? No.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen a film with Dick Tracy, I don't think.
Yeah, because this is the one that's
some
based
old
on
comics, but that was it.
Yeah, because this is based on the 1990 Warren Beatty film, and honestly, it's not bad. It's
The
what
movie?
you would expect. Yeah.
I just see Dick Tracy and I always think of the man with the yellow hat from Curious George, but with a gun. Like, you took his monkey and now he's pissed. He's back for more.
Is that going to be the new John Wick movie?
He had one flaw. He was too curious. The man who was too curious. It could be like a James Bond knockoff mixture with Dick Tracy and Curious George. Never mind, I would watch that.
I would in a heartbeat.
So, you know, that would be stupid enough. Like, okay, maybe I have like a tolerance for like the stupid. Some stupid I'm down for, but others I can't take. Die Hard is actually a fun movie.
Oh, it's a phenomenal film.
And Die Hard, the NES game, no. Though they did some cool,
phenomenal.
They did some cool stuff though. Like, well, it's not cool in gameplay, but like the idea that like, okay, they shot out some windows. You're running around barefoot. Don't run over the broken glass, or you will take damage. You know, like there's a lot of cool stuff that they thought of, but the game, like, you can't. There's not enough give and take. The game is unrelentingly hard and unfair. It's a cool idea, but it didn't really work. Dig Dug. We've played. Actually, here's Dig Dug 2. Okay, yep. And Digger, The Legend of T-Rock. Okay, so that's not a Dig Dug game. I just wanted to look at these. So
no.
We did play Atari's port of Dig Dug, which is actually a really good port. So
it really was.
Actually, hold on. Isn't Dig Dug 2 the one they put on NSO and not Dig Dug?
Correct.
I'm pretty sure I recognize this art as the one that they put on here, and they didn't put the original port of Dig Dug. That's messed up. Trouble in Paradise. When I think of perfect paradise areas and worlds and situations, Dig Dug. First thing that comes to my mind. Oh no.
Man, I can't believe it.
How did it all go so wrong? Put that sucker in theaters to make $1 million. Anymore, that actually kind of, like, our bad Dick Tracy, Curious George hybrid movie kind of describes a lot of bad films that we get nowadays. Like, they just dig up an IP, even though there's no justification for, like, trying to make more content for it, and there they go. But anyway, I don't think there was a Dig Dug 2 on Atari. Is this just
No.
Like, this might be I don't know if there was an arcade of that as well, probably, and they ported it here, but
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Either way, Digger, The Legend of the Lost City. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with the title. Anything that sounds like a certain slur I don't want anything to do with, even if the game is great. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to accidentally slip up. Like, I can talk so fast that sometimes my brain will mix up two different ways to say a sentence or say a word, and it will combine the words and it'll just like slush them together, and I will mess it up. And even though I'm not saying something like that, I can just see myself messing up
Accidentally,
yeah. I remember once. I felt so bad about this because my brother got so upset with me, or maybe it was my sister, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I must have been like 8. And I was explaining, I don't even know the situation, but I said, what I was trying to say was, somebody was doing that for the heck of it. But also, my brain was like, they were doing it for the fun of it. So instead, my brain, not sure of whether to say heck or fun, combined the two words in the worst way possible. Don't even try, Zach.
I know.
Yeah, don't even try.
I know what you're going with.
I thought that was obvious, but you... Okay, anyway. So, Legend of the Lost City. We'll go with that. That's a game we'll try. And then there's this thing called Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, which I might honestly beat eventually.
What? I don't know why we didn't get this in the States. What was wrong with this game? It's a good game.
If there was if Devil World was too much, ain't no chance we're getting Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei. Now, granted, it's okay. A lot of the designs and the characters aren't gonna come into their own until Shin Megami Tensei, which is a redo of this game, which itself is a dramatization video game version of a novel, which is not a very popular novel, by the way. It's not even very good. I've seen it translated to English, and even the original translator said, like, I'm warning you, I know you're here because Persona or Shin Megami Tensei brought you to this and you were curious what the original book was like that spawned the game, that spawned the other game, that spawned the other game, that spawned the series that you're interested in. I will tell you now, this is not going to be a pleasant read. It is not told very well. The characters are very weak. It is very sloppy. You are going to lose your mind halfway through, but because I'm just a very determined person and I can't stop something once I set my mind to it, even if it's clearly not worth my time, I decided to finish translating this anyway. There you go. Here's the rest of it. You can read it. If you look up any translation of this book online for you to read right now, it's that guy's version, and you have to read that before it starts. This clear warning that you're about to read, like, the bottom of the barrel of fiction. But...
And the saddest part is, it has one of the coolest freaking concepts for horror science fiction.
It does! It does!
And it squanders it.
I know. But luckily, I think Atlas does a really great job with the game, so... Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei 2 is also going to be one of them on here. We're going to run through the rest of D now that Clover is occupied finally, so we can at least see what we're looking in for D, because honestly, there wasn't a lot in, the first half that I'm excited to get into play. Dirty Harry. All right. You excited about the... Actually, I think I've heard that this NES game's terrible. Isn't this another one of those...
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I like the Dirty Harry movies, but I've never played this, nor have I heard anything about it.
An NES cartridge is not a movie. Though Ninja Gaiden would like to convince you otherwise, and I'm smitten enough to let it. Donkey Kong 3.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, so this is such a weird game. You know, especially that Donkey Kong 2 exists and people just don't know that. But like, oh my god, where was I? I saw somebody selling a Donkey Kong 2, because it's a Game & Watch game. I saw somebody selling a Donkey Kong 2. Zach, I think it was that game store, that retro game store near where I am that I'm not disclosing, that you have not come with me to yet. I think that's where it was, and they had one. I wasn't... Like, and it was in great shape, too. I was like, oh my god, that's actually awesome.
Oh.
Like, I kind of wanted to get Game & Watch running on my NES Classic as well, just for the record, but it's kind of complicated how it works and doesn't work. It's really weird. Those are little LCD screens, but like people found ways to emulate it. I don't know about emulating it on this thing, but anyway, maybe after an NES quest or something, we could try like a short Game & Watch one if I can get it working. But anyway, Donkey Kong 3 is a really weird game. It has nothing to do with the others, because the first one, you're Mario stopping Donkey Kong. Second one, you're Mario's now the bad guy. Now you're Donkey Kong Jr. trying to save Donkey Kong after Mario captured him at the end of Donkey Kong 1. Donkey Kong 3, you're just a dude named Stanley with some bug repellent trying to stop some bugs from going into your garden. And Donkey Kong is at the top just slowly coming down. You have to keep spraying him too. I don't understand where that came from, but okay. It's not like you missed anything from Donkey Kong, the actual 2, because Donkey Kong Jr. is what people assumed was 2, which is not right. And then there's Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Didn't they put this on NSO too?
They did, I believe. And you know how great we are with math games.
I have played this. It's a math game. Double Dare Gamepad. Wow, what a cover.
Oh my god, I remember that show.
I'm
old.
I don't, but I also...
I'm gonna go...
I never watched a lot of them. I still don't like TV game shows.
Excuse me, Alex, I'm just gonna go to a corner and crumble into dust. I'm old. I'll see you later.
Oh, we got some winners. Wake back up, old man.
Oh, what? What?
Double Dragon.
Nice.
You know, we might two-player that? Well, we don't have to beat it. It's not on our list, so we could just play until we lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you might want to be here for Double Dragon. You know why?
Why?
Because there's a Double Dragon 3. Double Dragon 2 was
oh my god, there was
the
more.
Classic.
Yeah, for some reason.
For some stupid reason, they skipped the original and they put, 2. Whatever. Bottom of the barrel fiction, so Monster Hunter Rise and Metal Gear Rising. Ooh, yep. Yeah, give me a midlife crisis.
I have nothing to say about Monster Hunter Rise because I never played it, so. Metal Gear Rising.
Bad, man.
Hey, Metal Gear Rising is my jam, so stop giving me a midlife crisis.
Oh. No, Metal Gear Rising. I don't think human beings can create something more vile and heinous than that atrocious abomination.
I can think of a couple things. But anyway,
no,
we'll move on from those.
I mean, like, the Holocaust was just okay, like, pandemics, the bubonic plague, Unit 731, or 713, what was it, from Japan?
731.
731? Small beans, compared to Metal Gear Rising. Small beans. And actually, okay, if you don't know what that is,
what are you doing? No.
If you don't know what that is, do not look it up. It's atrocious. Like, the worst, not even just war crimes, just humanitarian crimes that I can't even imagine human beings actually perpetuating. And not that long ago.
And Japan denies that they ever did that.
Yeah, even though it's been proven.
Yep.
Like,
regardless, anyway.
Anyway. So a double dribble. It's basketball.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go here soon. So yeah.
All right, I'm going. Dr. Chaos. I don't know that.
Any relation to Professor Chaos?
Not that I know of. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This
Infamous.
it's a famous AVGN game, which I know, like, once you know, like, it's kind of a shame. Okay, I don't want to go on another tangent. I swear, I'm trying to keep this quick. If I have any problem with old AVGN videos in hindsight, I think they're hilarious. I loved them as a kid. Okay, well, a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I was a teenager, but whatever. I remember this coming out, and I thought it was hilarious. However, now as an adult, I look back and I go, man, this is kind of cringy. It sucks because you're watching this guy complaining and, like, crapping on a game because he doesn't know how to play it. He doesn't know the controls. He doesn't understand what he's supposed to be doing. He doesn't understand the object of the game. He doesn't, like, it's all going over his head. But for the sake of the joke, if you don't know either, you're just seeing it for the first time and it's funny. But when you know how it plays and what the game was intended to be, this is an interesting game, but AVGN destroyed this game, and no one will ever try to make a game like it because of what he destroyed, even though the idea is there. Like, Castlevania 2 is a solid idea, Zelda 2, also solid, but people crap on those games. Imagine, well, actually, Castlevania 2, he did, crap on. And, like, you see how long it took for us to finally get like an indie game, somebody making a game, someone brave enough to try and do that kind of thing? Like, anyway, in hindsight, the damage is real with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But we'll get there when we get there. Dragon Fighter, I don't remember. Dragon Power. Wait a minute, is this the Dragon Ball game? I can't. Oh,
you know what?
It might be. Because there's a Dragon Ball game not called Dragon Ball where you, like, literally play as young Goku and you run around and you, like, beat up a bunch of Akira Toriyama monsters and stuff like that. It might be this, because it's terrible. But anyway, it's one of these. Dragon Spirits, also I'm not sure. Dragon Warrior.
Dragon
what is this nonsense? Zach, okay, you have to be here for this one.
Oh, boy, howdy do I have
Are
to
you
be.
really gonna skip out on Dragon Quest Week? Like,
no.
You'll finally get your chance to play not just one, not just two, not just three, but all 4 Dragon Quest NES games in one stinking stream. So I'll probably time us. We'll decide, like, are you comfortable doing, we'll ask, like, you ready? You want to do, like, a 2-hour, 3-hour, however long you want. Heck, I mean, you hear, I've done 10-hour streams before. It doesn't bother me, but it's up to you. How long you want to try non-stop playing different Dragon Quest games. And then I'll divide it by 4, divvy it up, and I'll give you, like, a timer of when you gotta stop. And we switch to the next one.
I will tell you. So, look, I was getting overwhelmed a little bit with the Castlevania one.
Yeah, we can tell. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, no, I'm not used to it, and I get overwhelmed pretty easily with stuff, so we would have to break that down a little bit.
Thing is, playing these, you're not going from phone screen to this, reading guides or anything. It would just be full attention on the game. It's a lot more cozy, too, because you know what you're doing. You're really just, you set up your party, and you grind a little bit in the opening area, maybe get to the first boss. I don't think it's going to be nearly as taxing as trying to, in real time, quickly help guide me through Castlevania 2 and 3. So...
Right.
Yeah. Also, we need to make sure we're both very rested for that. And as I say that, my body's trying to yawn. That does look like the Dragon Ball Dragon.
That did look like Shenlong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Dragon Ball. I saw some of Z and I kind of dropped off, and then I jumped back on because Team 4-Star made a hilarious abridged series.
Dude, Z was my jam back in elementary school. I will not hear any slander. That's a terrible game, by the way, Dragon's Lair.
Well, the arcade game is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the NES
the Don
game is
Bluth
terrible.
animations, yes, the NES game is horrible.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
no, the CD game is okay,
Yeah, there's no animations here. By the way, just if you're curious, there is a mod to put Dragon's Lair, the arcade original, on an SNES or NES Classic. However, you can put the game itself on there, but the problem is you also have to download all of the video files and have them stored in their proper places on whatever your storage device is for the Classic if you're using an external or an internal. If you're using internal, it'll never happen. So you have to do it on an external. And then on top of that, like, these files are gargantuan. And then you're probably not even gonna get that far because the game was way too hard. But DuckTales 1 and 2,
woo!
They're good.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, another popular, well, DuckTales 1, a popular speedrun game. Dungeon Magic, Sword of the Elements.
Okay.
Reminds me of that element-based arcade, no, Atari game. Whatever that one was, with the awards for the crown and the sword that they never gave out. I'm sure people are very butthurt about that after wasting, like, weeks playing those stupid games. Dusty Diamonds All-Star Softball, Dino Wars, The Destruction of Spondilius.
Dude, that game looks rad as all get out.
The Destruction of Spondilius. Like, what?
Spondilius.
You can't make it... Yeah.
Spoon dip.
Spoondilus. Naketu Cross Country. It's another Kunio-kun. And Techno Samurai Downtown Special. So, I don't know why either of these are here. Downtown Special, okay. But, like, where's the D in this? Whatever. We have 2 more Kunio-kun games that are going to pop up. Oh, these are also part of those, that series where I could not find the art for the covers. That's why these arts look strange. These might be the original Japanese arts, but I do not know because, like, supposedly, and you can see they're filed in here automatically, they're NES files. These games came out on the NES. I do not know, like, where on earth they actually, like, got sent, because there aren't, like, these games don't exist, it seems. You said destruction, but my head heard erection. The erection of Spoondillis?
Oh.
Yeah. That'll be a while. So anyway, there were two games, looks like, in the Ds, where we're gonna have, like, a day where we specialize on that. I imagine when we do Donkey Kong, unlike this Contra one, we are going to play other games after it. Beating Donkey Kong and the other ones will not take us a long time. However, it's probably going to be something that we just kind of, like, go through when we hit that letter and just keep going. We'll just say we're going to beat it because it's not going to take very long. Whereas the next scheduled one of these, where we have, like, a special week on one set of games, will be Dragon Quest. And,
yeah, buddy.
Zach, I think you're going to be holding the controller the entire time. And I'm just going to be the one doing the reading on Wikipedias and whatnot, fandom pages, trying to keep up with what's going on. Get some stats for us while we talk about basically the advent of home console RPGs.
Absolutely.
That is overshadowing Dragon Stomper.
I've started steering away from saying JRPGs and saying more console RPGs, but even then, now, it's hard to say because it's like, well, The Witcher 3 is on console. Is that a console RPG?
I know,
it's like, no, that's different than Dragon Quest,
Yeah, so, console, console is a redundant word then. It means nothing until it doesn't make sense. Another problem with JRPG, probably not for the reason that Japan, for some reason I've heard a lot of people are offended by that now. Probably because they just don't like any culture to be tied to anything anymore. But anyway, I figured be proud of what you've made, in my opinion. I don't think that JRPGs, what people refer to, are bad. I think they're quite good. So, whatever. But typically, original Japanese RPGs were action-based. Like, one of the first ones was The Legend of Zelda. They were trying to do stuff that was taking the ideas of what... Because, like, Dungeons & Dragons didn't exist in Japan when they were trying to make these things. They weren't, like, Western RPGs were all the turn-based, stop, slow, strategy games. And then when Japan gets those, they're like, this is so slow, this isn't fun, why are you doing it like this? Because they don't have Dungeons & Dragons for reference. So instead, we get something like The Legend of Zelda, where you're still going out into a giant world wherever you want, you're fighting monsters, you're doing it in real time, though, and you're actually getting stronger as you're doing this journey with different tools that you find and getting new heart containers to make your character stronger. Like, those aspects are all still there, so if anything, the Japanese RPG is the action one. And a Western RPG is the turn-based one. But that's not how the genre titles work, because genre titles are stupid. And even when they're right, they're wrong.
And I was going to say, even Neon Falcom, when they created the Dragon Slayer series, I mean, those were action RPGs at their core. They weren't turn-based.
Right.
They didn't make a turn-based RPG until The Legend of Heroes, like, which is a sub-series of Dragon Slayer.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
but
Cameron,
anyway,
you're right. The people who get offended by bigotry are 100% bigots themselves, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who try to jump in and be offended by stuff, they're usually the problem people.
But I need to go,
yes,
and
so do I.
I'm very, very much looking forward to the Dragon Quest week. Let me tell you.
All right. I hope you are. I hope you're ready for it. We're going to need your full mental preparedness to sell us on Dragon Quest for hours.
I'm going to brush up on my Dragon Quest knowledge and history and all that, so...
Your goal at the end of that stream is to at least get one viewer who has not seen the series before to pre-order Dragon Quest III, the HD remaster. That's your goal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
and
you-
hopefully look forward to Dragon Quest 12. Yes, absolutely. I will try my best.
Yeah, which is having some development problems, but I can only imagine because it just kind of lost some really important talents that has been with them since the beginning. So, anyway, we are talking a little too much here. We're going to continue in the D's next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. We will see you guys next time for some more NES Quest. Boop.
See you.